Brenden Morrow.
Boy, Minnie. To introduce Brenden Morrow, we'd like to bring up a man who scored more than 700 goals in his NHL career. I have no problem picking out my favorite of those 700. He is a Hall of Famer. He is one of the iconic Dallas Stars of all time. He is Mr. Brett Hull.
Another few minutes, Brenden, and you would have been going in next year if Jimmy took any longer. I got to tell you, it's an honor to be up here, and I told my wife, I'm not really sure what the hell I was thinking. I thought there was going to be about, maybe 100 people here or something. And then I looked at her and I go, well, a guy like this is more friends than you could ever dream of because of who he is. So how could I not think there was going to be 5,000 people here? Because he is such a great human being. And saying that, I was really not prepared for all you people to be here. It's really not that big a deal. He sponsored me into Preston Trail. That's why I love Mr. Tom Hicks. Jimmy Lights, I know for a fact, having the opportunity to play with the Red Wings, what an integral part in the NHL you have had. And Kim, I am sorry you've had to put up with his shortcomings for so long. Now we're going to talk about Brenden now, and I don't even know where to begin. I'm going to cry. I'm going to laugh. We're going to do a lot of things because he is one of the most special people I have ever been able to call a friend in my life. And looking out here, there are a lot of you. From Kelly Chase, my roommate in St. Louis for, I believe, 9 years, although I roomed with more of his suitcase than him. But when you become a teammate, you learn very intimate things about people. And the first thing you realize about Brenden is he is everything that he has advertised. When he came to Dallas in 2000, you looked at him and went, he looks like he's about 12. But as soon as he got on the ice, you realized he was just a baby-faced assassin. He was a guy, and it didn't take long either to figure out that he was a guy you wanted in your foxhole. Like if you were going to war, he's a guy, because he can adapt to so many situations. If he needed you to go out there and do the dirty work, if he needed to be out there and make a good play and score goals, he was there. And that's the guy you want in your foxhole. And I know all of our teammates here that played with Brenden and watched him, and all you fans here realize how special he was as a Dallas Star. And it's not always easy. No matter if it's me or anyone else, you have to figure out how you're going to grow into the player that you want to be in the NHL. Some of us have a distinct path because you are only good at one thing. But then there's a guy like Brenden who is good at everything. And so he had to mold himself into Brenden Morrow. And when he did, you knew that Brenden Morrow owned Brenden Morrow. He did and became exactly what he needed to be, which was a natural-born leader. A person that led on the ice, off the ice, in the bar, everywhere. And there's a lot of old captains in here, from his father-in-law to Hatch. Well, me, but they kept taking it away. But we knew that in the end, you needed your teammates to look at you and go, that guy's got me, and he's going to lead me into the battles that you have. And that was Brenden Morrow. He was destined to be captain. There was no chance that he wasn't going to be captain. In 2006, they named him captain, rightfully so, and he became the leader, the fighter, the scorer, the party planner. He did everything that you need. And that's what makes him so special. There was a night, and I think a lot of people here know about it, and one of his teammates there was a personal issue. And a person on the other team was involved in this. And the NHL had gone to Brendan's teammate and said, you know, if you do anything stupid tonight, we're going to throw the book at you. And being the leader and champion that Brenden is and always will be, 25 seconds into the game, he dropped his gloves and beat the piss out of the guy because he deserved it. I'm not sure if I want him more as a hockey teammate or on my golf team. He is by far the greatest ball finder in the world in golf, which makes me really look back and go, he should have scored more goals. He has great vision. In the end, because I don't want to be up here as long as Jim. In the end, you look at someone, and I'm 60, I just turned 60 years old, and he's still just a young, but he is my friend, and he will always be my friend to the point where he is family. And he's got great family, he's got great kids, he's a great human being, and there is no one more deserving of being a Hall of Famer for the Dallas Stars than Brenden Morrow.
Brett? Anyone else have all those onions at their table when he was talking? So, that was really special for me to have Brett Hull introduce me. He's been my hockey idol since I was a kid. My mom and dad told some pretty creepy stories to him last night. I didn't know I was that bad. But I did have posters. I watched his video, Brett Hull, Top Gun. I don't know if I was 10, 11, but I watched it every game at home before my games, and I was really fortunate to be part of the Dallas Stars. I think one of my first preseason games, I was a stall between Brett and Mike, and I called my brother, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm sitting right next to Brett Hull, and that's over 20 years ago, and like he said, now I not only a teammate, I can call him a friend, and that's pretty incredible. Thanks, Brett. Jim, I can't say it any better than Brad and Daryl did, so just congratulations to you and your family. No one's done more to build hockey in Texas. They nailed on it with the amount of numbers and kids we got playing here in the Metroplex and in all of Texas, so congratulations, and I'm very honored to be part of this 2024 class with you as well. Thank you. I just want to give a hand to the St. Philip's kids. I mean, I wish I had some of the confidence they had up here announcing the players. Since Brad called me this summer in July, I've been kind of dreading this part, the speech, and they came up here and nailed it. If I could call in a friend, I'd have him up here. And I guess that's really what it's all about, though, what the work St. Philip's is doing, and these kids, the work they put in with them, that was incredible. So let's give them a hand. I've been really fortunate. Is that too close? You guys hear it? I know a lot of great public speakers. I've been to a lot of these events. Kelly Chase, who's in the crowd here, been to a lot of his events. He's great at this. Colton Ost loves to talk. I don't know how good he is at this. He's getting him on a podcast. He's all right, or TV, but Coach Payton was just in town. They all had little pointers for me, you know. Speaking in front of a crowd, it's not my thing. They all got like this method, and one of them was, you know, I got the method. You gotta picture the crowd naked. They just didn't tell me who was in the front row. Mom and Dad got great seats. All right, I'll get serious here. Dallas Stars, I got to thank the entire organization, Tom Ghilardi, Brad Alberts, Dan Stukel, all the work, the induction committee, obviously, Chelsea, Robin. I've got a big contingent of people here, and it's like herding cats getting them, so all the work you guys did, I appreciate it. It was incredible getting them all here on time, majority of them anyway. And it's truly humbling to be recognized with the other great players that are in the Dallas Stars Hall of Fame. I never would have expected this coming from a small town in Saskatchewan, being up here. It's surreal to me right now. You know you're getting old. I thought I was being smart writing on these little index cards, but I wrote it so small I can't really read it, so I am getting older. I'm getting close. I don't need them yet. My agent's here, Brad Devine. We were together my entire career. I got a quick little funny story about Brad. I was playing for Team West in Moncton, New Brunswick. I don't think we had met at the time, but he had heard about this chubby kid in Saskatchewan that was putting up some pretty big numbers, and he was looking for me before this big game against Russia. 30 minutes before the game, he couldn't find me, and there's this kid just dipping fries in ketchup, and eating them with such passion. He's like, I got to meet that kid. That's Brenden. That was me eating French fries 30 minutes before. Probably the biggest game of my life. And he's been my Jerry Maguire ever since. Brad, thank you for coming. My best friend from home, Stu George, is here. This might not have been possible if it wasn't for Stu, any of this. My first year in Portland, I was a small town, I think where we had 1,000 people in Carlisle at the time, made the move to Portland, Oregon. I flew from this Moncton tournament all the way to Portland. None of my gear showed up, none of my clothes showed up. I was living out of Old Navy shopping cart that Coach Peterson bought me, 2 tracksuits, a pair of jeans, a t-shirt or 2, in this giant city with an even bigger high school. It was not easy for a shy kid from Canada, and I think at some point I called back and I told Stu, I'm like, this isn't for me, I'm kind of homesick, I think I want to come home. And he gave me some tough love. He said, if you come home, you're kind of a loser. I don't think I want to be your pal, so I appreciate the tough love, Stu. Stu's here tonight, and none of this would be possible without you. Things worked out okay. We had success in Portland. We won a Memorial Cup, caught the attention of Bob Gainey or Craig Button or somebody, Les Jackson, I'm not sure who it was, but Dallas Stars drafted me. Couldn't have went to a better organization. They just won the Stanley Cup in '99. I was here the following season in December. Learned a lot from great character guys, talented team. And so it was a great situation to be in. This team had a lot of fun off the ice. Hatch, Matty, threw down some Bud Lights, but when it was time to compete, this team competed. And so I learned what it was to be a pro and how to win from this veteran group. So thank you to everyone that was involved in making me a Dallas Star. Tom Hicks and his wife Cinda. Tom opened his wallet, his checkbook. He got us great team. A lot of teams we had, most nights we were an all-star team playing against some teams, so we had a chance to win every night. Unfortunately, we didn't get that ultimate prize. We got close, Game 6, that rookie year. But for a 20, 21-year-old, it was awesome watching Madonna Hall. We touched on all the guys that are here. It was just a pretty incredible group. So thank you, Tom, for those great years. I was a glutton for punishment, I guess, because I got to thank Ken Hitchcock. I went to him twice. He knew the buttons to push. I needed them. He did a great job. I love Ken. I know he's not here, but I just need to throw a shout out to Hitch for pushing me. Army's here, front row. Army and Tip, they trusted me in 2006 and naming me the captain. Huge honor. I know it was a long shot for that 2010 Olympic team, and I know you had my back, Army, so I love you for that. Thank you. I can't remember who it was, if it was a Daryl, but we went through all of my former, I mean, I had so many great former teammates. A bunch of them are here. Ray got his glory, so I was thinking I could help him out, but he was named there, so. Without all the staff, players, obviously, this isn't possible. It's a team sport, and I had great teammates. So I would not be here without the leadership, and I'll tell a quick story. We were on the team charter plane one night, playing cards, and one of my teammates was in a really bad mood. He hadn't played for like a game or two, and I'm not going to name his name, and he's a close friend, so I'm not going to call him out. Lives in Newfoundland or Nova Scotia. We could probably figure it out. But anyway, he was pouting. He wasn't in the lineup. And Sammy Hellenius was across the table. And he's like, John, I almost said his name. He's like, why are you so upset? I mean, he's like, well, you know, I wasn't in the lineup. I wasn't playing. And Sammy's like, I haven't been in the lineup for 17 games. And I was disappointed in myself. I didn't even recognize it. Sammy was such a good teammate. He had such good spirit, and he was always positive. That I knew that day going forward, I was never gonna overlook those things. So, just we had incredible teammates, incredible tight teams, and teammates like Sammy Hellenius. A lot of great memories here in Dallas in my playing days. Like I said, rookie year going to the Stanley Cup final, the run we had in 2008. But honestly, kind of the things I do miss are actually off-ice things. When you're done playing, it's like the credit card roulette. It's the pranks like the San Jose job. Marty, it's kind of a shitty story, so I'll let Marty tell it, literally. Ask Marty, I don't got time for that one. He does a better job, but somehow I was in the crosshairs on that one. I was innocent bystander, but. And hot stove with Sudsy and the trainers after the game. I think I probably told Anne-Marie I was working out, throwing the iron around, but truth was we were sitting in the training room drinking Bud Light with the trainers after games and just having a good time and telling lies, telling some stories. Sudsy, thanks for being here. He's Hall of Fame trainer here in my eyes. Steve Sumner, he's here somewhere. I'll have a Bud Light with you here as soon as I'm done, Suds. I was always told that the transition from playing to not was going to be really hard for some, and in my case, luckily it wasn't. The things I do miss from hockey are the camaraderie and the competition. I found that in golf. I got a bunch of my golf buddies here. I know the PT tables over there ordering double round of mashed potatoes and cream corn. Those old boys from PT. The Gazer table, they're the ones with all the booze in the table. Actually, Mason's at the PT table, so the booze at both of them, I think it's about equal. All right, that joke fell flat. Just kidding, guys. I love you all. Thanks for being here. I think the biggest compliment, for me anyway, you can get is just being a great teammate. I had a lot of great teammates. Probably one of the best I'm sitting right next to here, Jamie Benn. I love this kid. I love the way he plays. He was a great teammate. I'm sure he still is. I wouldn't know, I'm not in there, but the way he plays, it's old school, it's throwback. This current team's a lot of fun to watch. So appreciate you all being here, supporting players and builders from the past. It means a lot to Jimmy and I that you guys are here supporting us and supporting the foundation. So thanks for sacrificing your night, guys. The Dallas Stars fans have been incredible. Thank you for your passion and loyalty. There were some good years, some bad years, but you guys always were there supporting, and none bigger for me. In 2008, scored a big goal in quadruple overtime, and I think everyone, there may have been some people sleeping, but I didn't see many leave the building. So thank you to the Dallas Stars fans. I waited to the end because the last time I did this speech, I choked up the second I started talking about mom and dad. It's going to happen again. You taught us the value of hard work, working 2 jobs, whether it was a pair of skates or going to hockey school in Penticton or whatever. We didn't have much, but we didn't need for anything. My work ethic was my foundation, and I got that from you guys, so thank you, Mom and Dad. Love you. I'm almost done, I promise. My big brother, Jeremy, because my parents were working all the time, I played on his team a lot of the time, and 3 years older, I didn't want to embarrass him. I wanted to be just like him. I wanted to be as tough as he was and be as good as he was. So I haven't told you this enough, but thank you for giving me the drive to improve. Love you. 2 more. Anne-Marie, I've said this before. A lot of you know Anne-Marie. She would have made a great hockey player, a great winger. She's tough as nails. She doesn't take any shit. You know where you stand with her, right, kids? I mean, you don't have to guess. But there's nobody more honest, nobody more loyal, and we're happy you're on our team. We love you, and thanks for all you do for our family, Anne-Marie. Mallory wanted me to give her a full minute of speech, so I'm just going to talk extremely slow here because she wanted some more attention. But I'm not sure how much you remember from my playing days, but what you do, I hope I made you proud. I know that we get a little selfish with our time, a lot of travel. We get home. I like to play golf, so I wasn't up for Father of the Year every year. Maybe once in a while I was, but despite all that, somehow we were able to raise 3 Hall of Fame kids right there. So, love you guys. Thank you.